Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session in which we cover all the important schemes that come in your examination. And one such scheme that we are covering today is Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. Matru means mother. So here we are talking about the healthcare of a mother. So we are talking about pregnant and lactating women. Okay. So say this scheme was asked by one of you. So Miss Purvi has asked me to make a video on this, and this scheme is a flagship, so that is why it is always in news. And recently there is also news that is associated with it. So what is the news that has come in PIB? What are the important dimensions that can be asked from this particular scheme that we are going to understand in this session? But before starting, to all the audience who are preparing for our central regulatory bodies, we have an announcement that we have come up with one-stop solution to all the queries that you have regarding the examination. For example, in your screen, you're looking at RBI guidebook, in which everything, the detail that you need to know about what the function of RBI is, what is the function of RBI manager, and along with that, not only the organization but how to enter the organization. So what is the eligibility criteria, education qualification you require, and what is the exam patterns, minimum cutoff, previous year cutoffs, everything has been mentioned in these guidebooks, be it for RBI, NABARD and SEBI. So you can download these from the link in the description box. Okay. So and I assure you, after this all your doubts they will be gone, and you will be free mindedly preparing for the examination. Now let's start with the session. So see, first of all, let's understand how this name it came into existence. So there is a whole timeline that goes. So initially in 2010, this scheme was introduced as Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana. And of course, with evolution of the name of the scheme, some elements were added, some were subtracted. We need not to go through before the ones that were there, but the recent one we will understand. But it started in 2010 as Indira Gandhi Matritva Sahyog Yojana. After that, in 2014, the name changed to Pradhan Mantri Matritva Vandana Yojana. Okay. Then, in what happened in 2017, the name again it was Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. Okay, and so here, if you have to look at the change, so it is Pradhan Mantri Matritva Vandana Yojana, but here it is Matru Vandana Yojana. Okay, so you're looking at the name change, and then at the end, it is the component and the sub-scheme Samarthya of Mission Shakti. So what happened in 2022? The name it was again then changed, and it came under Mission Shakti. Now some of you may get confused that now what is this Mission Shakti and component? For them, let's look at the next slide. So see, Mission Shakti, what happened? All the components, the different schemes that were running under the Ministry of Women and Child Development, what they have done, they have now properly categorized into different components. Okay, so they have launched Mission Shakti, that is specially for the women. So now in that also they have now made two categories. One is Samhal. So the English translation of the word Samhal, it will be something around protection. Okay, it means protection. So it involves protecting the women, the child. So here we are talking about the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and other such schemes. Okay. And the next component it is Samarthya. Okay. So what is the Samarthya component? So it deals with the English translation to it will be Samarthya means it means capable. So it means to make them capable of doing their own chores, and also to stand up and to represent themselves. Okay, and that is why this particular scheme, that is Matru Vandana Yojana, it falls under Samarthya, because it is making the women capable, the especially the pregnant and the lactating mothers here we are talking about, right? So that is why this component Matru Vandana Yojana, it falls under the Samarthya component of Mission Shakti. I hope now this is clear. Now let's understand about Matru Vandana Yojana. So see, the launcher of this scheme it is 2017, and it falls under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. See, at the national level, it falls under, it will come under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. But when we talk about the implementation of these schemes at the state level, so in there, the State Department of even the Health and Family Welfare or the Social Welfare Department can also take the lead. So what does it mean? At national level, this scheme it comes under the Women and Child Development Ministry, but at the state level, other departments. Do remember, at the state level, I'm talking about the departments, while at the national level, I'm talking about the ministry. So at the department in the state, at the state level, the Department of Women and Child Development, or the Social Welfare Department, or in fact the Department of Health and Family Welfare can take after this scheme. Okay. So I hope by now it is clear. So the aim of this scheme it is to provide safety, security, and empowerment of women. We are talking about safety of the pregnant women to provide them with security. Now, what is the security? We'll understand in a while. You just get to know. But here we are talking about security of the pregnant and lactating mothers, and also the empowerment of them. Because when we provide them with safety and security, of course they will be empowered. Objective of the scheme is to provide partial compensation for the wage loss in terms of cash incentives. What does it mean? It means that see many women they must be working. If we talk about laborers and other such categories of women which do work labor work for their family, right? So what happens? When they are pregnant or while giving the birth for after some time they are not able to do work, right? So they then face wage loss, and this can directly affect the family and also the health of the women and the child. That is why under this scheme what will be done partial. Why is it written partial compensation? Because they cannot give everything that the women might be earning, right? So partial compensation means some help to them in terms of cash incentives. What does it mean? So some cash will be given to them under the particular scheme to as to compensate with the wage loss. Next is to improve the health-seeking behavior among pregnant women and lactating mothers. Because under this scheme, we will understand what are the different conditions. So in that, we will be understanding that they should go for antenatal checkup. What does it mean? That the checkup during the pregnancy time, right? So they should register themselves for the birth. So all these things, they would it will help to improve the health-seeking behavior among the pregnant women and lactating mothers. Next is a type of scheme. So it is a centrally sponsored scheme. What does it mean? It is jointly, it is the funding will be done by the center and the state government. Now, who are the target beneficiaries? So, first of all, see any pregnant women and lactating mother who have conceived or who are pregnant on or after 1/1/2017, because this is the launch date of the Matru Vandana Yojana, right? Before that, it was with some other name, but here we are talking about Matru Vandana Yojana with new conditions and criteria. So from 1st January 2017, so this scheme is applicable for the women who have given birth after that, and here we are talking about first child in the family. Next is pregnant and lactating mothers, whoever who are related to all the ASHA welfare workers and other welfare workers. They can also be part of this, but there are some conditionalities. We did not to go deep in down, but we have to understand that yes, these can also avail the benefits under the scheme. But there are some exclusion also. Now, what are the exclusion? First of all, if there is some pregnant women and lactating mother, this PW and LM is pregnant women and lactating mother. If they are in regular employment, so if there are central government employment, state government employment, maybe in any public sector undertaking, so they are capable enough to live on the savings that they may have made while they were working and during the pregnancy and after that period, right? So that is why they are excluded from the scheme. And also, if there are some other the recipients, they already are taking similar benefits under some other scheme before this scheme came into existence, so they will also be excluded from this. So these are the target beneficiaries. Now there are some cases also. So what are the cases? What if it is the case of miscarriage or the stillbirth? Because see what will happen in this scheme, this cash incentive it will be given in installment. So what if the beneficiary has taken one installment but then miscarriage happened? Or at the at time of birth, the child, it was a stillbirth, the child was not alive. So in those cases, what will happen? So the beneficiary would be eligible to claim the remaining installment in further pregnancy. What does it mean? So for example, a woman has taken one installment, but after that miscarriage happened. So when she will be pregnant again, so at that time she can avail the rest of the installments. Okay, so this is what does it mean. Next is in case of infant mortality. So what does it mean? The child was born, it was born, but after few days or for a week maybe, what happened? The child died. So in such cases, what will be done? She will not receive any more benefits. Why? Because that particular child will be considered to be as a born child only. See what happens in this particular scheme, only first child will get the benefit. Now, when this in 2021, now it has been revamped as we just looked. So in that case, now the second child, if female, is born, then she will also get benefit. But otherwise, only the firstborn child will get the benefit under the particular scheme. Okay. So now, in case of infant mortality, the benefit has already been taken, right? So that is why the beneficiary cannot avail again the same benefit. Okay, so she will not be eligible for the claiming benefits under the further birth. Next, in case of twins, triplets, and quadruplets, what does it mean? So, if the mother is giving birth to twins, two children at once, triplet means three at once, and quad means four. Okay, so in such cases, all will be collectively called as one first living child only. So they can avail benefit. The beneficiaries can avail benefit only for one child, even if it is triplet or if they are twins. Okay, then also only for the one child the benefit will be given. I hope this is clear by now. Now let's look at some important other key features. So this Matru Vandana Yojana, it will provide cash incentives of 5,000 directly to the bank or post office. So that is the direct benefit transfer that we are talking about. And we talked about the partial compensation for the wages loss, right, in the form of cash incentives. So how much cash will be given? 5,000 cash will be given. Okay, and now there is one more scheme that is associated with it, which is Janani Suraksha Yojana. Currently, we are studying about Matru Vandana Yojana, and there is another which is Janani Suraksha Yojana, which talks about institutional delivery. What does it mean? That if such section of women that we are targeting under the scheme who cannot afford the institutional delivery, means the delivery at hospital, because they are safer, right? The doctor, they can look after the mother, the child, right? And if there is some complexity that happens, they can also look after that. So what happens in Jani Suraksha Yojana? You get 1,000 for institutional delivery. Now, along with this Matru Vandana Yojana, which talks about during the pregnancy, okay, and also about during birth. So if you add this Janani Suraksha Yojana benefit of rupees 1,000, then overall a woman that she can avail during a pregnancy or the birth, it is 6,000. 5,000 from the Matru Vandana Yojana and 1,000 from Janani Suraksha Yojana, in total 6,000. Next is the maternity benefit is to be provided to a woman for the first to living child. Okay, so it is for first to living, provided there is a condition that second child is a girl. If second child is a boy, then in that case the beneficiary will not be able to avail the benefit. Then in that case only the first living child, be it a male or female, she can avail the benefit. So in that we have category for the first child, the maternity benefit of 5,000 is provided in two installment. Okay, in two, initially it was three installment, but now when it has been revamped and now comes under Mission Shakti, from that time from three it has now become two installments. And for the second child, the benefit of 6,000 is to be provided, subject to second child we know is a girl, in one installment after the birth. So in that case, only one installment will be given after the birth, and of course we know for the Janani, because of that 1,000 is already added in this, and one installment after the birth, only in one installment money will be given. But in first child, how many installment will be there? There will be two. Initially there were three, now it is two. Next, the beneficiary husband Aadhaar card, it is not mandatory. Okay, so the husband's Aadhaar card, it is not mandatory to avail the benefit. Other key features are small, for example, implemented through centrally sponsored web-based MIS software application. Okay. Then we have focal point of implementation will be the Anganwadi centers, the ASHA workers, and all. Okay. Next, eligible beneficiary can apply at any point of time. However, we have a deadline. We have a the minimum time period, that is 1st January 2017, right? But when we talk about the time of pregnancy, days of pregnancy, the beneficiary can avail at any point, but not later than 730 days of pregnancy. So, is the condition here. And the grantee names are transferred by escrow bank accounts. Now, what are these escrow bank accounts? So, basically, that is by a third party. These bank accounts are managed by third party. So, we are the beneficiary. The women will be the beneficiary. The seller would be the government, but then a third party will be taking care of this transaction. And this is what the escrow bank account means. And this will be directly given into the bank accounts of the beneficiary, right? As well as state UT treasury of different components of the scheme. Because we know it is a state sponsored scheme, so some money will be allocated or will be given through the escrow bank account, and rest will be given by the state or UT treasury that they have. Now, how this installment will be given? See, however, we have understood that after the revamped version of this, only two installment are there, but nowhere on the internet, be it their official site or the PIB latest news or be it any guideline, the installments according to this new number has been given. So only this old number has been provided. But if anybody of you know could find the new installments, you can comment it down. But all over the internet, all over the guidelines that has been issued by official guidelines issued by the government, the installment is still in the form of three. numbers. Okay, so what are these? We'll understand. However, now the new number is 2, but the segregation of the money has not been defined by the government yet. Okay, so first installment will be given by after the early registration of pregnancy, and when we talk about early registration, we are talking about within 130 days from the last date of a last menstrual period and duly recorded in MCP card, that is a mother and child card report. Okay. So this is your mother and child protection card. In this card particular, you have to first register the early pregnancy, and that should be within 150 days. So after that, you can avail 1,000 rupees. Then is a second installment, in that received at least one antenatal checkup. What is antenatal? So any checkup that will be done during the pregnancy, that is antenatal checkup, and at least one antenatal should be done for the second installment. Payment after 6 months of pregnancy, and you'll get 2,000 rupees. Then for third installment, either the childbirth should be registered or the child has received first cycle of any of the these vaccinations that they get. In such cases, what will be done? 2,000 rupees more will be given. So this overall will be 5,000 and 1,000 that can be availed. That will be availed through the Janani Suraksha Yojana, and this will be total constitute of 6K. That is 6,000, right? Now, this is the news that is associated with the scheme. So, this news is of 16th December, and what does it say? So, it's provide with the latest data. What it says? It says more than 3.11 crore beneficiaries are enrolled, and maternity benefits of more than rupees 12,150 crores disbursed to over 2.77 crore beneficiary under Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana. So, this recent data has been provided under this. So this is was all about the scheme. I hope everything is clear. I hope Ms. Purvi, now your doubts will be cleared. She has also given some other suggestions. I'll be making videos on those. You can also give the suggestions in the comment section, and whatever be the latest news, we will also discuss that. So here's a homework for you all. The question, it says, which of the following statement is correct with respect to Matru Vandana Yojana? And there are 5 options. You have to tell the right answer to this. So this is your homework. And that is all in this particular lecture. If you have any doubts, any query, you can always write to us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of all the lectures that we provide here on YouTube. So that is all in this video. We'll meet again with another session and another important scheme. Until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.